Dear professors and students, I am glad to be able to introduce to you an eco-innovative project about breathable insulating composites from textile industry wastes. Our goal is to create a more sustainable economy in production plants, and the whole project is developed by the students from Student Furniture Research Group. And my name is Aleksandra Jeżo, and I am the author of the following project. So the inspiration to start the project was a big problem we noticed, and this is I think, a little bit underrated problem because not many people are aware of how serious it actually is. And the problem is a big amount of non-biodegradable textile wastes produced in many plants, many textile factories, for example, clothing industry or upholstery plants, and many more other plants. So we have got many different types of textile wastes, and some of them are more natural, some are fully false, but they all are non-biodegradable. And here you can see some examples of these wastes. So they are very different and various from each other. And as I already said, the problem is really serious and not many people are aware of it. But the most important thing is that every year we produce more and more textile wastes. And as last year it was about 82 million tons in the whole world, by 2030 it is said that we can create 148 million tons for the whole planet Earth. And this type of load can be equal to 50 billion plastic bottles in the world's oceans. Because we all are aware that the problem with plastic is serious. So if you want to compare it with textiles with plastic, we see that the problem is not less important, not less serious. So as a solution for the mentioned problem, we propose creating an eco-innovative thermally and acoustically insulating board exactly from this type of wastes, so textile wastes. And the clue of this project is to create such a simple and cheap production process so that it can be introduced in even the smallest production plants. So here in this simple illustration you can see how this composite would look like. So the main three components are, of course, textile fibers, insulation granules, and resin. So the resin is a binder between granules and fibers. And I cannot share with you any details, technological details about this project, because the project is now on its way to the Polish Patent Office. So I can show you such a simple illustration, but believe me that as well as this illustration is very simple, the whole idea is simple as well. And as I already said, the idea is to create a very, very simple production process. And there are only 4 main steps to create our composite. So firstly, we have to refine those wastes because we need fibers to create those breathable composite, because the fibers work as a so they provide moisture transfer between the walls. For example, if we put such a composite between the walls in a building. And of course we have to mix all the components, we have to form a mass, so in the shapes and thickness we need, and then we just need to dry it, and that's all. So very simple, and as you see, there is nothing complicated here included. In the pictures you can see a mix of textile wastes, and as you see, the textile wastes have different shapes, different sizes, and it's not a problem because we can use a mix just as we have it. So we then don't have to select different types of waste. We don't have to care what is actually in this mix. We can use it as it is produced in a production plant. And how are we going to prepare fibers? Because we have got textile waste and we need to transfer it to fibers. So we are going to use already existing machines, and our proposition is to use a defibrator. It is a commonly used in a wood industry device. So it is used for defibrating wood chips if we want to make wood composites, and here in this case it can be used for defibrating fibers. So the last but not least, the binder, and we want to use biodegradable polymers, so they increase a little bit the flexibility and biodegradability of those textile wastes, and these are polycaprolactone or polyactide. They are fully biodegradable, and they can make those wastes more eco-friendly, as we can say. So the binder occurs in form of small granules, and to turn its structure from constant to liquid, we have to either heat it or use some solvents like toluene, for example. And the most important thing, so which advantages does our product have? First of all, high insulation, thermal and as well acoustic, and of course the possibility of reusing raw materials to create something new with little effort. And benefits for environment, so as you already know, it's eco-friendly because we reduce wastes, because we reuse raw materials, and also important thing, we can limitate transport related to waste disposal. As we all know, the less transport, the more eco-friendly, and we can limitate it. And this all brings us more ecological, more sustainable economy, so actually our goal can be reached. And about industry, because we want to introduce this this project to industry, so they can ask us why should we cooperate with this project. So we have got some benefits for them. First of all, financial benefits, so they can sell the produced component to get some additional money income, and also they can save money related to waste disposal, because of course they have to pay some company to get those wastes. And of course, I think that perhaps is not so so popular, but I think that year by year it becomes more important. So sharing green thinking and showing that the industry, the production plant, is actually eco-friendly, which is, in my opinion, also very important aspect. As I already said, the key to the success of this project is its accessibility, so that it is simple, that it is cheap, and it is universal. So, as you already know, there are no new devices or new technology required to be created, and we use already existing machines. We don't have to buy any components to create it, because we don't have to create any new components, and the main component, which is textile waste, we already have. So we use byproducts, and this is why the whole composite is very cheap. And also, as we know, it can be introduced in even small plants because of its versatility, so we don't have to select the wastes, we just use what we have, and this is why it is ready to be introduced in every production plant. So to sum up the project, the problem that inspired us to start the project was the problem about huge amounts of textile wastes, which are of course harmful to the environment. And the solution can be producing created by us thermally and acoustically insulating boards from exactly this type of waste. And this can lead to more sustainable economy in textile wastes. And also I would like to add one thing. So this project can be also introduced in third world countries, where the problem is serious because many companies from Europe or America have their factories there in those poor countries, and we can not only help the environment there, but we can also make new employment possibilities for local people. Yes, so that's it. And as you see, very simple. So I would like to say that we can change the world to more eco-friendly even by creating such simple ideas. So the way to change the world doesn't require any complicated technology. We can even use such simple ideas to change the world. So that's it. That's my project. I hope you found it interesting and maybe inspiring. And in case of any questions or suggestions, feel free to contact me on the following email address. Thank you very much.